Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It is 5 minutes to 8. We are a little early today because I wanted the audience to get some time to build up. So while people finishing on Massy Media and Sabga News Network, they could come across. So, and I always wonder after I go to look at the video after, because the nightly total of people that view it by the next morning, it's usually double or more. That means people come after the show is done to watch the show, and I always wonder how it come across. So I need to, my opening, I need to get a little more professional. I find with my opening, I need graphics and stuff. So we're gonna work on that. But right now, while we're waiting on the audience to build, share it up, call people out, and we get ready to light it up. We out and bad in Trinidad. 28th of December. Stuart Young, where? About a APB for Stuart Young. Share up the video. That kind of head couldn't come from weed. This is not a bet in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam begging for mercy. This is not a bet in here, this is madness. Spread the word now, man, spread the word. Whole country. Had to be mad. We had to be effing mad. All you up and about? All you up and about? Waking up time. If you see the glasses thing, the one who does line with wrong. The same one who used to walk the road like she can't touch the ground. Since she lost she Pepsi Cola. If you see the child getting on kind of wild and wassy like wassy going out of style. How he feeling shame. Went to holy name. Same time an ex-cute man pass and gone with the damn cause. This is not a bet in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you start like a moody rhythm go jam you. This is not a bet in here, this is madness. Everybody mad. Oh, you see the name of the video? Media Misprints and Mistakes. We going in then. Madness, boy. We mad, mad, more than mad. Oh, look at the good nights out the way quick. Half a beer. Then he snatch up the pepper sauce, mama. He drinking that. Start to cuss up the barman saying, how the lace so flat? It was Wednesday morning gone, the man business place closed down. So when you check out the better position, you can't get it wrong. He and an ex-union man hug up singing the song. Hear them. This is not a bet in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you start like a moody rhythm go jam you. To the people who waiting, to the people who waiting on the YouTube feed, who watching it here, I am apologizing. That little adapter, we waiting on that for the stand for the Mevo camera, and I am apologizing again. I can't believe clean shave. And yeah, well, we bought a poll and we asked, should I shave or should I grow? You all know that song from the 80s? If I shave, it will be trouble. If I grow, it will be double. In fact, before we get in, and yes, so although there was one comment about grow a Gandalf beard and stroke it while watching the government do crap. I like that whole idea. A lot of people seem to like that too, but I'll take some time. So we just opted for a shave. But there will come a time when we will be able to, sorry about that, I forgot to put the phone on silent. There will come a time when we will be able to grow. Somebody tell me today they have a chance that I could end up looking like a young Castro, and that might worry some people. So we're live and we're inside right now, and anybody who has any calls to make, any messages to take, now is not the time. At the end of this hour, we're back on the inside. Message me if you need me, because that is important. Ladies, before we start the mass, you know, or anyone ever play carnival? You ever come out on Tuesday morning early Tuesday morning, you reach where the band pack up, everybody they shuffling in, music can start to play, and then you hear the turn on the sorry again, all kind of messages, and I apologize. And they turn on the song. When they turn on the song system, you say dudup. You see that? Before we get to dudup, because that dudup is telling you yes. And the first song they play, you know, waking up time. Waking up time. So that's where we are now. Waking up time. But before we go there, ladies, I am conducting a poll, and it is important. I'm going to put the poll on my Facebook wall. This is not for men. Well, I mean, you all could comment too. But this is a poll for the ladies. And ladies, I am putting up this poll on my Facebook wall tonight. And I'm going to want you all to spread the word and answer, because I need to know, and plenty other fellas need to know the answer to this question. So this is the question. Because both of these things require hard work, consistent effort over time. Both of them, neither of them has come natural, neither of them has come easy. Both of them takes time. And you have to respect the effort that builds either one of them. But we want to know what you all prefer. Ladies, honestly, do you prefer a six-pack or a roti belly? Now, before you answer quick, I want you to understand, fat men do horn. Fat men do horn. Fat men do horn. And remember that if what you're looking for is a stable relationship, and I point that in there, because a fat, contented man, he ain't going nowhere. And the fatter he get, the less place he going. Unless, and I mean, well, I know that I have a friend, she's worked Ernst & Young, she's a feeder, and she like feeding fat people, and she's the one who told me about feeding. But outside of her, most fat men do horn. And I want you to, so when you look at a man with a six-pack, because every time Daryl Smith is the only fat man, you see Dave Lux, you see you would have pulled out Daryl Smith's name. Daryl Smith is the only fat man that horning. Because generally fat men content. They ain't going nowhere. When a slim man moving, he moving normal. If you see a slim man carrying like 3 bucks a thing that he taking with him, you see how he's be blowing? That fat man blowing so normal. Because when he moving with weight. He constantly lifting weights. So he want to move too often and too much. And to say he going and relocate that load all over the place is a difficult thing. So Dave, I don't think Daryl Smith is, I think Daryl Smith is the exception. He's not the norm. Ladies, I want you to understand this. When you watch a man with a six-pack, you think of all the effort he put into that six-pack. When you see a roti belly, you don't see the effort, but there's a lot of roti it takes to make that. A lot of roti, and I think that we need to respect that just as much. And you need to, and you need, Tara, you say that like you know a horning fat man. You need listen, just on the poll, because I wanna know, because I'm at the point now where it could go either way. It could go either way, and I let you know, it could go either way. I mean, I was doing well in the gym. Let me see what Dave's saying now. Women like six-pack for fantasy, but belly for long-term company. This man, Dave Lux, the only person who have more institutional knowledge about these sorts of things, besides Dave Lux, is Chris Rock. And if you need advice, check either of them. But come back to this. Tara says she wants a six-pack any day. Tara, is that theirs? And MTR said the same thing right after. I was doing well, Laura. I was doing well, and I was on Atkins, and then carbs found me. So I ended up back where I started. But I want to say this. We are at the point now where I want to know which direction to go. Because I'm doing it publicly, and I will weigh myself at the end of the poll, and I will tell you, because right now I'm weighing about 212 pounds. give or take. And I will weigh myself at the end of the poll. If the polls say that you like six-pack, I'm going in that direction. But if the polls say, okay, you're voting for a roti belly, I'm going so, and then you all know. And I know the people in Roti Cafe in Santa Cruz, them on standby. I in the gym, I in a fitness center gym, and I eat roti by Roti Cafe. And that kind of a breaking even there. The two of them, the effort to eat the roti and the effort to burn off the roti. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of effort. And I kind of stuck in the balance. So we need to make a decision and go in a direction. I found a picture of a guy and I post him on my wall. I know people posting plenty pictures of people with six-packs and that dime a dozen now. But if you go on my Facebook profile and find the picture of that gentleman, you gotta respect the effort. You gotta respect the effort that they took. Anyway, the kind of information that's coming out in the public space right now about our Prime Minister, it led me to believe they're misunderstanding this man. They're misprinting what he said. They're mistaking what the man say. Look at Stuart Young. When Stuart Young said, because when I had put in the public space that I was told that Maxi Coffee is brain dead on life support in Washington, costing Trinidad $12,000 a day. When that caused an uproar, Stuart Young, liar and bacchanalis in chief for the PNM, came out and said he was speaking to Maxi Coffee this very day and that Maxi will be back in December. But I think that they didn't listen and they forget because he was saying, he didn't say which December. And I think they misprint his comment. Because December nearly done. Today's the 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st. Stuart, did you mean December 2017? Or did the media misprint your comment? Because when Keith Rowley said he was the blackest man in the PNM and the blackest man in the government, I was trying to understand why he would say that. Because being the blackest man in the PNM is not an advantage. All of the hierarchy of the PNM, not black. The only other two black men in the PNM hierarchy, well, the lower hierarchy, is Maxi Coffee, who I feel he gets a deflected Lekoto spirit lash. Because they keep throwing that man down. Every time he stand up, something hit him and he fall down. And Maxi is a fella that dabbling. When them fellas want to talk cow skin and Maruga and Lekoto, you see as avoid fellas like him. But I feel something bounce back twice. And the only other black man in the PNM lower hierarchy is Fitzgerald Hines. And Fitzgerald Hines has been demoted until right now. He is literally Faris Al-Rawi bagman. His job is to carry Faris bag. That's what they demote Fitzgerald Hines to. The next demotion for Fitzgerald is to open the door on the van for Rowley and them. So when Keith Rowley said he was the blackest man in the PNM, it didn't add up. Because the whiter you are in the PNM and the lighter shade of pale you are in the PNM is the bigger the pappy you are. So why would Keith Rowley have to say he is the blackest man in the PNM? And that is when it dawned on me. Because when Manning said Keith Rowley is a raging bull, I think we mistake what kind of bull Manning was talking about. Manning wanted us to understand that he's a raging bull. But like the word count that giving the PNM so much trouble. People keep saying call him but is a, and the PNM here count. So they make him Minister of Finance. But I know the word people were saying about Colm. We wasn't saying count. Colm is not a count. He is a short, dirty, stinking, and they make him Minister of Finance because they thought they mistake and they misprint count for the word that people were saying. But come back to the blackest man in the PNM. The blackest man in the PNM, I think he was telling Trinidad he is the slackest man in the PNM. And they misprint the man's statement. They misprint it. There was no advantage to the nation, to the PNM, and for Keith Rowley to make a statement that he black. There was no benefit to nobody. Because Franklin Khan, a black. Rohan Sinanan, a black. Faris Al-Rawi, a black. Stuart Young, a black. Colm Imbert, a black. The rest of the first guard of Hikolan, a black. That whole level, they had nobody black there but he. So he didn't need to say, we see everybody else light skin but you. You're black. We get it. Why would you need to say he's the blackest man? I feel he was trying to tell us he's the slackest man. And the information that come out today. Because the new editor-in-chief of the Murder in Laventille a short while ago, the decomposing body of a woman found in a forested area of Petrichin Field Road in Santa Flora. Oh, let's stop sending me them WhatsApps. Back on point, Judy Raymond. Now, Judy, I don't need to bring Kim Johnson business in the thing. I don't need to tell you the date 2003, 2004. I don't need to talk about the loveness and carnage. I don't need to talk about none of that. Judy Raymond, come straight to the nation. You're now editor-in-chief, and this is the second time, because the first time, you know what? Handle your stories, ma'am. You and Suniti Maraj and Asha Javid and the rest of these mocking pretenders that have made a mess of media. Listen. Come straight to the nation. Do not use the Newsday that masquerading as a newspaper and in the editorial come down hard on massive Gosign because you wasn't lying down with Gosign. And if you have to choose between Keith Rowley and Gosign, if you ever had cause to lie down with Rowley, you had an obligation to the nation to say, I know this man well. I know him well. Up, down, and sideways. I know him. You had an obligation to tell the nation that. You had an obligation to tell the nation that before you take Gosign to task. But you see, this is why I detest, when you all hear me talk about media in this country, media is a vomit stain in Trinidad and Tobago. There is not one journalist of integrity. Play scratch and sniff with them. You will find a political party scent. You will find, go and check where they live in, what they drive in, what's their bank account, where their children going to school, and you will say, wait, if Sabga News Network paying you X and you spending Y, where's the disparity? Where's the difference in the funding coming from, Chicky? But there's nobody in the country to do that. In a land where words like ethics are a joke and integrity a punchline, who else is going to say it? So we call it media. You get your Guardian, you get your Express, we have character rap. Because those things don't bring news. Not news that anybody needs anyway. And I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago this. There was a chairman of National Quarries that get ratted attack after attack in the Trinidad Express. And you see, till they fire the man. They fire the man. And when you find out, that same man was the man who was blocking the journalists, who was writing them attacks, who was blocking She-Man from getting a contract in the same National Quarries for multiples of millions of dollars. Anywhere else in the world, that is called racketeering. Anywhere else in the world, in a civilized country, but this Trinidad, this is a place that Somalia does say, careful, we will end up like Trinidad, you know. Somalia don't want to end up like we. Guyana happy. Guyana used to be one step below. Guyana 10 steps above. Grenada don't want nothing from Trinidad and Tobago. They don't want the name called in the same sentence. Haiti going to leave us behind. Continue like this. Continue like this. Continue like this. Continue like this. There is nobody for you to go to in this country to report anybody for wrongdoing. So you have to talk it in public, and they have a certain bunch of lawyers, PNM lawyers, who are on PNM state boards and getting PNM briefs that are fighting anybody who speak out against the PNM. Like what happened to Kirkwaite. Now you all know, I call fixing TNT, fooling TNT. Me and Kirkwaite, we not friends. But I don't like jackassery. Jackassery just piss me off. Piss me off. And what going on with Kirkwaite and Angostura is pure jackassery. Because we still need to know what went on with Rolf. And today, Sabga News Network find an organization called, they didn't try. They call themselves Women's Network. It's like you open a roti shop and you call it roti shop. They even try to hide the lie. They just pretend and they put it out. Women's Network, go sign lyrics and disgrace the women and children. In a country where the PNM education doesn't teach black people how to read, write and count. And that is why Women's Network, which I believe is the Fatah's Brigade rebranded, think it's a disgrace. Because if you listen to the lyrics of Rowley Mother Count, it teaches lessons. It teaches you what growing in Trinidad. It teaches you about predial larceny. It teaches you about accounting. That calypso, Rowley Mother Count, should be playing in school. But they playing it banin and it banin and it banin and it banin. And they send it banin to tap she vagina for little 9-year-old schoolgirls. And that's okay. That's okay. The Women's Network wasn't there for it banin. Nothing from them. 9-year-olds it banin, it banin, it banin. Tap your vagina, baby. Tap your vagina. And that's okay. Because Women's Network not make for that. Women's Network make to stunt. And once it attack the PNM, this is Fatah's Brigade Part 2. It's like the PNM, they're so silly and insipid with their stupidity. Haliconia Foundation. Haliconia is a different brand of bodies. The same kind of jackass flower. So they formed themselves a Haliconia Foundation. The head of Haliconia Foundation, a little child. She don't have experience, not even as a clerk in foreign affairs. They send that little child to represent us. And I want to tell you something. It is time to investigate every female that get any appointment from Keith Rowley. It is time to investigate to see if the decisions were made horizontally. Because I am starting to believe, when I heard the girl who was made the Minister of Energy met Keith Rowley when she was a promo girl in an exposition and hand him a bag and a diary, and he thought she was so charming, he make her the Minister of the #1 industry in the country. If Rowley Mother Count. Or you're playing with me or what? Or you're playing smart with foolishness. The Women's Network, Sabga News Network, Golda Lee Bruce, Francesca Hawkins, was Shelley Das, are calling you all out. Who is in the Women's News Network? Where were they for geometry? Where were they for that? Where were they when the Prime Minister, Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabga Rowley, insulted, demeaned and belittled every woman in this country when he compared a golf course to them? And if you don't groom your woman regular, she's turned to pasture. That Women's Network didn't jump out themselves for. Didn't jump out for that. Women's Network didn't jump out when 2 PNM mayors, Timke and Paul, say that Asani look for she murder. Because she, with she little self, in she carnival costume, she must be was teasing them. Those 2 jackasses. Where was Women's Network for that? Where? Where? Judy Raymond, your editorial is disgusting, obscene, and you need to be fired. Trinidad and Tobago should boycott Newsday. Don't even buy it to put it as a liner in your parrot cage and your pigeon coop. Don't buy Newsday. Do not buy Newsday until they fire that mocking pretender, Judy Raymond. Because Judy Raymond, where was your comments? Where was your article? Where was your editorial when the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago molested the entire female population of this country? Where was your editorial then? Waste of freaking time. All of you with your agendas, all of you, not one of you have integrity. Not one of you have ethics. Why media is shit and a vomit stain in this country? Because all journalists in this country using journalism as a stepping stone to feather their own nests. All. There is not one single journalist in this country that has my respect. Not one. I will never watch news. I will never buy a newspaper. I will take what passes in the news feed and I will deconstruct it, dissect it, and show Trinidad and Tobago what critical thinking is. You're coming at people with bullshit. Sabga News Network and Massy News, TV6 and CNC3. Miss all of us with that bullshit. It is time the people of Trinidad and Tobago saw and understood what is going on in this country. The banks getting away with what the banks getting away with, because the media, the government, the Chamber of Commerce and the banks, all of them is one animal, many heads. All of them is one animal, many heads, and they're feasting on you. They're feasting on your money. They're feasting on your children's future. And until you wake to hell up and stand up and say enough, we ain't going nowhere. Trust me when I tell you, we ain't going nowhere. You want to pick this song? More than mad. Put all away in St. Anne's. I'm going inside. Carnival come in. Phillip, don't waste time, your man. You link up. Sucker crazy seed. That kind of head couldn't come from weed. What going on in the Parliament, in the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the hell you like land? That is not government. I said on the radio today and people, they say, but you are the first politician that has actually described what a government is for. People don't even know. When you hear the talking heads from both parties come out to defend the stunting bullshit that both their parties do, they don't even understand why we have a government. You think, black today, Indian tomorrow. Black today, Indian tomorrow. Any, mini, miny, more, catch a tiger by it. And it used to be catch a nigger by it too. That is, but they change it to tiger to make it politically correct. Anywho, we don't even know why we have a government. What they for? Why give Rowley blue lights? Why give Kamala air conditioner and Mercedes to vomit in? Why? We don't know. Because if we understood, you ever heard this saying, nobody buys a drill to have a drill, you buy a drill to make a hole. Nobody has a government just to stunt. Nobody has a government for stunting purposes. A government has one job. One job. The well-being of the citizenry. This is a nation that has thousands of homeless people. Hundreds of thousands of drug-addicted, broken homes, functionally illiterate, desperately poor people. This country, the third wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere. Every single government to date has failed the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Start in the west and head to the east. Go down south and check. Go and check Mbaka there. Come and check Enterprise. Go and check La Hoqueta and Aruca. Come and see how people live in. You want to stunt? Come and stunt in La Puerta. La Puerta is a hill that the higher up the hill you go is the more pressure, squalor, poverty, desperation till you reach the top. Come and see from the north, come down. Bagatelle, Factory Road, Covine, Mason, Rich Plain. Come and see how these people live. Come and see how they live. Come and see for yourself. Abi Pujad, Big Yard, Scorpion. When all the fancy people passing Caranage to go DDI, they're passing 100,000 suffering souls. Not one single government we have ever had has ever been about the well-being of the people of this country. Every single government we have ever had has been fronts for deviants that have come to rob and rape and plunder and pillage. Every single government we have ever had to date. Not one prime minister is worthy of your respect. Not one prime minister that we have had is worthy of your remembrance. Not one. Not one. Tell Basdio Pandey, I say, you know who's the parasitic oligarchy, you son of a bitch. And you campaign on that for decades till you get government. And then you went and played golf with Dupre and the rest of the oligarchies. So miss me with your bullshit. Basdio Pandey and your fake, convenient piety. I had to teach somebody today who was writing, render your heart, not your garments. I said the word is rend. And that was, rend means rip. Rip your heart, not your garments. And that was Jesus Christ's way of saying, save me your fake bullshit piety. Come good, or don't come at all. Baz, you know, and we know you know, because you told us you know. But when you had the opportunity to fix it, you chose instead Miss Universe and golf. You chose to lie with Asian Stephen Bryan, smoke cigars. And well play yourself, and I ain't blame you. You know you like up yourself 5 years of loving. No problem at all. No seed. I ain't no problem with that. But don't come back after and stunt and talking to the people and telling them about constitutional reform. You mad? In another nation, people will be pelting you with mango still. Still. If you knew what was wrong and you didn't fix it when you had a chance, why are we listening to you still? Why? Why? Why should we listen to Kamala and the UNC who didn't fix it when they had a chance? Poor, suffering Indian people in this country still reciting the bullshit. A little cripple named Alan Karim who need money for stem cell. Alan Karim only posting all these Facebook posts for the UNC because Alan Karim need desperate help. And I watch that man suffering still. Suffering still. Have no help to get. That is how they treat their real foot soldiers. Marcia Brave Boy, a Grenadian that Grenada don't want back. She ain't hiding. She ain't hiding and she working for chirrup. Food on your plate for you to eat right now. Why would you want to listen to these people talk to you about what they've done when you look around and nothing works? You could give me a list. You pave this, you raise that, you throw that down. Why nothing working? The police service does not work. The judiciary and the court system does not work. The entire economy has collapsed. We can't get foreign exchange. We are in a recession. 3.5 years, 4 years now. We've run through our Heritage and Stabilization Fund like a dose of salts. So the IMF sniffing around Trinidad and Tobago. We are making deals with China and the rest of the world is telling you, China is not lending you money for money. China is lending you money that you can't pay. So they could come and seize your pitch lake and your port and your this and your that. I want to tell you something, you know. I will go to war with China, you know. Because I don't care which jackass you bribe. The people of Trinidad and Tobago will be respected. They will be respected. You cannot own our pitch lake. That's madness. Because I keep asking them, where the money from the pitch lake? Nobody can answer. Nobody. No Minister of Energy, no Minister of Finance from either party could answer how much money we get for our pitch. And who gets that money? Who is getting the money for the 13 abandoned rigs down the islands that are being, that moored in Trinidad water, that paying $100 and something thousand a month rent? Who is getting that money? Is it going into the consolidated fund? Is it going into the treasury? Or is it going into somebody's take the kids and shop in Miami fund? Where? Where's that money? And all of those who feel that we will join up with the PEP and stunt, they have a word, count, that rhymes better with stunt. Use that word. Because I want to tell you something. The Progressive Empowerment Party will undo and redo itself perpetually. We will walk the talk. We're not on bullshit. And I want you to be clear about that. And I like to tell Trinidadians, call me out. Today on the radio station, I give them my personal cell phone number. The whole country knows this. Get called in the middle of the night. A man sent me a text last night. He says 7:30 a.m. in India, and I am waiting on the show. Where are you? Anybody know how to reach me? It open. It public. People will see me out and walk up to me and brother, we need to talk. As get messages, as have to, you know how many times I have to respond to people and say, I am not in government. I am not yet in government. I can't solve that problem for you. I can't. I wish I could. The most I could do is light it up. I could light it up like this young lady who I added as a friend just to find out. And I'm talking to her right now. And I'm hoping that she's still there to get that message. Because her name is Dominique Evans. And this is what Dominique Evans has as her post on Facebook. 22 hours now. Now I raised the issue and it's in the Express. So I know that the stunting journalists following what we're talking about. So cool. Journalists, follow this. This is the girl whose mother is missing. This is her Facebook post. Break your whole heart. Break your heart. Prepare to break your whole heart. This is what this girl, who lives in the third wealthiest nation of the Western Hemisphere, this is what she has to resort to. TSTT, could you please put your bullshit policies up your asses and assist me in finding my mother? It's been 8 days since she's been gone and I am at my breaking point. This is a missing person, capital letters. I made a report and I have proof of being her daughter. I even showed up with 2 officers of the anti-kidnapping unit. What more do you need? Why do I now have to find lawyers to get her call log? Losing my father came as a shock and I lost him instantly. Losing my mother like this is even worse because I have no closure to this whole situation. 22 hours ago. The woman mother missing 8 days now. What the fire truck going on in this country? And people want to talk bullshit about if I discuss. Listen now, 2018 is Marcus. So brace for your ass. Strap in. Bite down. Because we're coming at them. And if I only do one thing, I will burn that playhouse down. I will tear it to shreds. I will unmask the mocking pretenders hiding in the lodge and in them back rooms that calling the shots in this country. The Chamber of Commerce and the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association have questions to answer to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That entire bunch of unethical lawyers, Ernst & Young, PricewaterhouseCoopers, the next one that was called in the off report, all of these companies, all of them, we have to expose this now. There is nobody for you to go to. So we will walk through the court over and over and over. We will walk through the court until the people of Trinidad and Tobago wake up. The people of Trinidad and Tobago don't understand yet that they hold all the power. The minute they click, the minute it clicks, that wait now. The minute Indian people say, wait now, black people not my problem. Black people ain't doing me nothing. It's the politicians robbing me. And when black people realize, wait, my Indian people ain't robbing me. If me and Indian people work together, we probably get a proper government. The day that click, we fix it. Because you have to understand, all the bullshit aside, this country, the entire country doesn't qualify as a small. Do you know that the entire Sabga Empire don't qualify as a small business in America? Do you know that? Do pray for all the bullshit. Not a small business. No, he is just a small business. Big fish in small ponds. This country is so easy to fix. So tiny. Let me tell you something. At the police service, you want to find the rogue police, I tell you, 4 weeks. Maximum 4 weeks. The right crew, FBI, Scotland Yard, 4 weeks. Everybody sitting down there wearing silver bracelets. You want to find who taking bribe in every aspect of this country? Cut them loose. Cut them loose. And all of a sudden you will find people abandoning house and flying out, renting small plane, looking for P-Rog. Because you know why? When justice come, they ain't gonna be ready. And they will come like pestilence. And I will show you how quickly all them teachers who fake it in school, let me tell you, when 9/11 happened, I don't know if you all watched, I was glued to the media, to the international media, from the moment I saw the first tower on fire. I was listening to the news, I was getting dressed for work, and I had a cup of coffee in my hand. and the second plane slammed into the second tower. And I watched it happen. And it riveted me. And I watched what happened. And I watched the entire thing as it unfolded. And I watched the two towers collapse. And I watched America get angry. And I watched the world get angry with America. But you know what else I saw? Within 24 hours, the IRA made peace with the Irish government. And they signed. There was a document waiting for them to sign for years. Fidel Castro put out a report instantly. They have nothing to do with us, but we will willing to help if you need any help at all. Yasser Arafat went and gave blood. Because every stunt man and stunt woman in the world realized, you know what, right now, the most dangerous nation in the world could move clumsy. And if they drop something on we and wipe all of we out, nobody ain't gonna blame them. The United Nations ain't gonna sanction them. Because people just make little mistakes when you attack them. And I want to tell you something. Just so, all of a sudden, every stunter, every abuser, every corrupt son of a bitch in this country, you put a proper government in place, all of a sudden, licensing office closing at 12, licensing office will open around the freaking clock, and the licensing commissioner wonder what bad. He wanted bad. You see all that bullshit in the airport about immigration, and you have to line up for 5 hours, but I'd fire all. I'd fire all, and I would go and bring from overseas. So even if you get your whole union partners in the country to stunt, I will counter stunt you. And I will make sure that we have a play for every play. Because the people of Trinidad and Tobago have been taken advantage of. And I'm not saying that the salary is correct for immigration. And I'm not saying that the salary is correct for licensing. They need right sizing. They need proper working conditions. They need incentivizing and motivating like everybody else. The public sector in this country needs to undo and a redo of its own. And I promise we will leave not one single worker behind. But, and be very clear about this, do not turn your ire on the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Because the Prime Minister is the chief defender of all the people. All of the people. The Prime Minister is the chief defender of all of the people. And the people who just commented, bring the foreigners, I want you all to understand this one thing. Trinidadians are the most brilliant people in the world. A Trinidadian is the #1 selling pop artist of all time. Onika Maraj went there and showed them how to stunt. We could do anything we set our minds to. A Trinidadian in any situation will rise. Give them hope and opportunity, and they will not only rise, they'll not only survive, they'll thrive. We go incandescent. I tell people, I know of a girl who the best job she could get in Trinidad was to wiggle and jiggle for Angostura. Get a break, reach outside, get a job, get in school. She did her criminology exam and came first in the whole world. Trinis, don't underestimate Trinis. Don't underestimate Trinis at all. But Trinis and Trinidad are not happy. We're not happy here. We have no hope and opportunity. We don't see that flag as a symbol of unity. We think the anthem is a lie. And all of those things have to fix. You need a government that can undo and redo this country where Syrian, Chinese, white, black, and Indian see themselves as brother and sister, Trinidad and Tobago. Where everybody have the same advantages, equality before every arm of state, justice, equity, law. We must make sure that that the lowest black man from Beetham has access to the same credit as the biggest stunting white man in Goodwood Park. Everybody must have the same opportunities. When your children go home in Westmoreland at the end of the day, the same opportunities they get, the same extracurricular activities they get, the same homework supervision. Beetham and Sealots must get that too. Beetham and Sealots must get that too. We must make sure that all of the people of Trinidad and Tobago are well taken care of. And as I told Robert, I'm on the radio today, the PEP's crime plan is fix housing, fix the cost of living, fix healthcare, and fix education. See those 4 things? Not lock up and lock down. Not Anaconda and Baghdad and all this bullshit that Chinley and the rest of these jackasses try to foist on you. Real social management. It is 1.3 million people. There are more students in school in New York City than we have people in Trinidad and Tobago. Think, na man, think. Think past the problem. Think past the bullshit. Think past the distraction. Think past Judy Raymond. Think past Keith Rowley. Think past Massive Gosine. This is not about Rowley mother count. This is not about that. This is about all of we count. Because I want to tell you something. Until all of we could count, none of we matter. None of we matter. I remember when Chinley spent about $15 million unveiling his crime plan, Anaconda. They had belly dancers and tassa drummers in the Hilton. And the next morning somebody stole the Anaconda from the zoo. Just to prove a point. You could stunt. All you want is stunt. If you have no idea how to govern or to run a country, if you think that lock up and lock down is the solution, try your best. Try your freaking best. Because it's not worked to date. When you hear them want to bring water cannon and armored personnel vehicle carriers and all this bullshit, OPVs, all of this nonsense sort, we want them coming down from the helicopter with green thing on top of the head, all of that is bullshit. You don't need all of that. We are a happy little nation. Make sure people belly full. A man with a full belly ain't going and rob nobody. Not going and rob nobody. Belly full. Children belly full. Lights on. If you don't have air conditioned, fan blowing. That's all they want. The average Trinidadian just want to like themselves, you know. Everybody don't want to live on Goodwood Park Hill. The average Trinidadian want to go out and line, play a little force, drink a little rum, line. Sweet talk woman. That's who we are. That's who we are. We've lost it. They've hijacked everything about it. They've even hijacked and taken over Carnival. So now I read an article the other day where the black man that built Carnival has been reduced to sweeping the piss truck and providing security in the band. How you could do that and expect the country to work well? How? How is that possible? If you take the cream out of the coffee, you think the coffee and the cream will get along? All the movie towns we build in Globe and them cinemas still serve a purpose. We need to make sure that we understand that if we have leadership that leaves any of our people behind, none of our people will ever be safe. None will ever be happy. No matter how you fool yourself. You can bring water cannon spraying water from the sky. You will never be safe and you will never be happy. Because as long as people are hungry and suffering, they have to look for it somewhere. And where else they will look but by you? Think about it. Vote yourself a better country. Vote yourself a government that understands. Leave nobody behind. It is possible for all of our children to do well in school. It is possible. And some will choose doctor, some will choose lawyer, some will choose engineer, some will be mason, some will be carpenter, some will be seamstress and cook. Because we need all of them, you know. You need the linesman for when current go. You need technicians. You need technocrats. Not everybody could be a lawyer. We're going to end up suing one another for nothing. The truth of the matter is, there's never been a government with vision. A progressive empowerment party government will actually do data mining and identify the empirical data of all the professions that are needed in abundance from the bottom up. From the bottom up. But if you make sure that your minimum wage is a living wage, people wouldn't mind smiling at you when they're assembling your sandwich in Subway. They wouldn't mind. But you're watching them and they have a toothache in their mouth and they're fixing your freaking sandwich and they can't afford the dentist tomorrow. They can't afford it, so they tooth hurting. And they're making your sandwich. Don't cuss them because their face pull. If that was your life, your face would be pulled too. Let us get back some compassion. Let us rebuild this country from a position of understanding. We could hold hands, one people under one flag. And if we start to think like that, if we start to behave like that, all of a sudden, the conversation will change. The national conversation will change. We will go back to neighborhoods and communities and friends and families. We will go back to everybody coming from somewhere and everybody know everybody and nobody could fall through the cracks. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? Why must we be a nation where a handful of people fool the majority and ride on their back to thief their thing? Why? 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 People talking about debate Kamala and Keith. I don't want to debate Kamala and Keith. I want to debate Mario Sabga Aboud, who said to the world that he opened a restaurant a month till he had 126 restaurants in 10 years. And I want to ask Mario Sabga Aboud straight up how you did that. That's the information I want. I just want to know so that I can share that information with others who would like to become the Starbucks of the Caribbean too. Mario Sabga Aboud. And I'm asking you here live on social media, how did you get the finance to open a restaurant a month for 10 years? How? Because other people who in business and working hard can't get the bank to take the call. They're doing okay, but they can't get overdraft. They can't get more money. They can't get foreign exchange. CNC3 here might just be giggling when Michelle Sohan come on your station. Ask her how she catching her ass. She ready to close down bakery treats and leave. And the girl crying. She love her country. Do you know that she's the #1 cake artist in the world? Trinidadian, she want us. Right behind a nice little bakery. Right behind Price Plaza, Michelle Sohan Bakery Treats. Go and find her. She's the #1 in the world. She wrecked Trinidad and Tobago. She can't get finance. She can't get loan. She can't get overdraft. She can't get foreign exchange. But we stunting with mothers. And Mario Sabga Aboud could tell the man, I is the Starbucks of the Caribbean. And my simple brain asked me one question. If credit so hard to get, and the average person can't get finance, Mario, man to man, how you financed opening a restaurant a month? And I'm just asking you, and I'm not insinuating, I am asking you because other people in business who catching the nenen want to know. They want to do what you do. They want to open branches too. All of them. Do Trinidad a favor. You said on that video, Trinidad has been good to us. You said it. You and the olive oil drizzlers, you said it there. Trinidad has been good to us. Give back. Just tell the small businesses coming up behind you, cut a road for them. Tell them how you get finance to open a whole new restaurant every 30 days. Because I think after you give that information, you should get a Trinity Cross for business every single year until you die. Because that sounds like magic. I don't know. I don't know how you do it. Giselle Aboud, I am asking, I see that you're answering. Giselle Aboud said, Mario did it because he started years ago, his other stores and profits finance it. Shame on me. No problem, Giselle. But I'm asking it again, Giselle Aboud, because the rest of us don't understand how it is done. So I want you to break it down. Don't cuss me. Don't shame on me. I am asking a question. And I am asking that question again. How do you get finance to open 126 stores, one a month for 10 years? How? How do you get the foreign exchange to finance 126 stores where a large percentage of what you sell is imported? How? Just tell me. Don't cuss me for asking. Is it a secret, Giselle Aboud? Did you jump out yourself to come here and attack me for asking a question? When Mario Sabga Aboud could do a national service and deserve the Entrepreneur of the Year award that Pastor Pandey gave him, if he could, and it just so happened that the same Entrepreneur of the Year get the best location in Piaco, all you play with freaking me now. Play with me. You want to talk to me? I want to ask how Jerlin John, who was in charge of the airport, ended up CEO of Mario's place. You want to play with me? This is a country so badly broken, so upside down and inside out, that your right to question people is being challenged right now. Trinidad and Tobago, hear what I'm telling you. Get yourself organized. One people under one flag. We will get all our questions answered. The truth of the matter is, all of the information we need is there. But we're not lying down with the media. So the media don't have to ask those questions. God bless social media. God bless all of us who still have the testicular fortitude and the backbone to stand up for Trinidad and Tobago. And anybody who thinks that I am wrong for asking those questions, tell me why. Don't just come and stunt on my wall. You tell me why I cannot ask for the advice. Because anything that I know, I'll give it away for free. Giselle, don't you notice that all of the work that I have done, in the same time that Mario was opening a store a month, I was developing plans, policies, programs, and ideas to rescue Trinidad and Tobago. And you know what I do with it? I give it away every single night for free. I ask for nothing in return. And I was just reaching out to Mario on behalf of all the other people who catching their ass, who working hard, long time, just like him, can't get finance, can't get overdraft, can't get loan, can't get foreign exchange. So clearly, he doing something different. And we really, really need the advice. That's the only purpose. That's the only reason. Yeah? Sit down in a meeting today where people tell me how well I would do if I leave Trinidad and Tobago. Phillip, you're bright. You're bright. You could do anything you want, anywhere you want. You have all the information, the character, you have the look, you could talk. Where am I? In my country, trying to rescue poor people. People who are suffering in the third wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere.
They say my country so stressful, so tense. With this hate, young jail, babe, too much violence. You're back up and go. This sweet trip they go. I tell them no way. No way. How the people small-minded, precocious and low. All and scandal.
Michael Aboud, I'm not inferring anything. I am just asking a question. And thank you for clearing that up and what Giselle was saying. And I hold nothing against Giselle. But this is a country where the average person has too much stress to get anywhere. To get anywhere at all. Right now, the banks are making life impossible for business people. Right now, people are sitting down in their homes watching me, thinking, how does my business survive when I need to access the 20 and 30,000 US dollars that I used to turn over in inventory, and my bank manager giving me 200 US? My bank manager giving me, he said, Phillip, my bank manager gave me 200 US. One day I reached the bank late, I go in every single day to buy the 200 US just to keep the lights on in the store. I am not in the business of just targeting people. And I know plenty people work hard. But I also know that plenty people have advantages that other people don't have. And it is time that we leveled the playing field. And it is time that we got to a point where the government of the day made it so that everybody had the same chance of a good life. So that whatever advantages that Mario had, the average business person, and I use Michelle Sohan and Bakery Treats for a reason, and I hope Michelle don't cuss me. Sharon Sajudeen with Roti Cafe, she should have 10 branches by now. John Lumpkin with Cooking Vibes, take him a year to get his license just to open his business and his restaurant. Now, every night he pack food good. Where John going to get the finance to open a Cooking Vibes a month? If you open Cooking Vibes in Dego Martin, he sell out. They won't want him sold. Tell me.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be.
It's time.
Your vote can protect our country's fate. But use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you're voting, baby, or not out. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be your people amount. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change come about.
Just as how you vote them in, vote them out.
Register and vote them out.
Michael Aboud, I want to ask you a question as you're answering. Why is Kiss Baking Company, through their brand subsidiary Qualos, allowed to illegally vend on the nation's roads, sidewalks, and highways, and the average vendor cannot do that without having their goods seized by police?
If they can see, state your finger and show them no mercy. Put them up with total skull and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power to begin your reign. Let's put our country together again.
Unconfirmed word on the street is New Iron is supposed to complete the acquisition within 3 months of the date of bids close. However, with political interference by P&M lawyers hired by Metal, who sought voluntary liquidation, a loophole is sought by JSW, Metal's subsidiary, to retain the facility, to have Metal inside undercover, to avoid paying awards by the local courts and Privy Council. Where are there, Judy Raymond? That making news there? Ask Faris Al-Rawi, Attorney General of the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of Do What the Hell You Like Land, if he is still representing Metal. Ask him. And you can't ask the UNC because no, this Minister of Education, Minister of Agriculture under the UNC, what was his name again? Buy Metal House. $16 million. Goodwood Park.
If for 30 years you're voting them in, and these old meters, as soon as they win, they give you big words and enslave your souls, promising you roads
And giving potholes.
if they are the reason why the economy won't sprout.
When you're voting,
If it is the passing laws that them alone can flout, when you're voting, vote them out. If it is the building ISAs, east, west, north, and south,
yes, that's how you vote them in. Here's some information. On the 18th of January 2018, your Progressive Empowerment Party turns 1. On the 18th of January 2018, I will do a live video. And we will have a moment's silence for everybody who suffered at the hands of all of these mocking pretenders. But on the 20th of January, which is the Saturday, because the 18th is falling on a Thursday, on the Saturday at 3 p.m., we will be having a mass public rally, a massive public rally in Lanchback. We were going to do a family day, but the people said, nah, we want you all to come and talk. We want you to have a public meeting to show us the political direction. People want leadership. We don't want to play. We've heard you. So we will be having a mass public rally. The family day will happen this year. PP family day will happen this year, 2018, don't worry. But on the 20th, Saturday, and I want you to mark your calendar because it's important. On Saturday, the 20th of January at 3 p.m., we will be having a massive public rally in Lange Park in Chaguanas. We will be coordinating a motorcade from PEP headquarters starting at 1 o'clock, 19 Stanmore Avenue, to head to Chaguanas. If you are in Port of Spain or in the region, join us at headquarters and you could join that motorcade. We have nice little window flags, PEP flags. We are looking for team members to coordinate a motorcade coming from south, a motorcade coming from east. So that will be announced as we go. The graphics and the flyers and all the advertisements will happen tomorrow. But mark your calendar. The 20th of January at 3 p.m., a political earthquake touches down in Lange Park in Chaguanas. Mark your calendar. peptrinbago@gmail.com is our email address for any information to join the party, to get on board and serve, to be a part of the change. This public rally, we are using it as to give you a chance to show, to demonstrate to the world that you want change, because we need to know that we're not wasting time. So you have to come out in your numbers, and it is important that you come out in your thousands, because we need to send a message east, west, north and south that the people of Trinidad and Tobago are not only fed up of what exists, they are building what they want. We are making this happen. This is our political rescue. The Progressive Empowerment Party is your party. Come and get on board and build it. But you see that public meeting, that meeting is important to you and to us, to demonstrate to everybody that this is the new direction of Trinidad and Tobago. The Orange Army, the Orange family, the Orange tsunami. Come and be a part of the change that is going to sweep this nation. I know people waiting to pile on. Let this first anniversary event that we will call Level Up, because what we accomplished in year 1 will be eclipsed by what we have planned for year 2. And one of those things now that we have almost all our constituency executive set up, we are definitely agitating according to the Constitution, legally, lawfully, democratically. We want an election in 2018. We can't take 3 more years of this bullshit. Colin Burt needs to be fired. Stuart Young needs to be fired. Faris Al-Rawi needs to be fired. Shamfa Kujo needs to be fired. Daryl Smith needs to be fired. Clarence Rambarat needs to be fired. Dylan needs to be fired. Robinson Regis needs to be fired. But the head of the snake, that mocking pretender, Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabgaroli, he needs to be fired. And you need to start that process the 20th of January, Lange Park in Chaguanas. PEPTT.com, www.peptt.com. To those who want to ask how do you join the party, go and click on join. Go to www.peptt.com and click join. If you would like to get involved and serve, send us a message, peptrinbago@gmail.com, peptrinbago@gmail.com, or you could just message me on Facebook and I'll pass it on. Our app, we have an app, Cutting Edge, the Progressive Empowerment Party. It's just been updated. The PEP app, 2 words, PEP-APP. Download it now. It's free. It's free, and you get all your notifications. No matter how the corrupt and complicit media tries to hide us, we will reach out to you directly. They're becoming irrelevant anyway. Use the technology, use social media. Yes? So, the 6th of January, we open for business, 19 Stanmore Avenue. You want to register for our housing program, 19 Stanmore Avenue, 12 noon, 6th of January. You want to register for jobs, 12 noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. This is it here now. We are at the point where we're about to level up. We need as many of you to come on board as you could. All the good, decent, law-abiding, loving, patriotic, civic-minded citizens who would like to help us financially. All political parties cost money. All political parties spend money to operate the party, and we are no different. We need help. We're just trying to avoid dealing with deep pocket finances. We need assistance. You could give 100, 1,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000. You could give anything you want. The only thing we can give in exchange and in return is a better country. We're going to undo and redo and right size and fix it. We're going to cut out the cancer. We're going to make sure that the patient lives. All of this we do, all of this that we do right now. This morning, the PEP is the only political party. We were on Synergy TV this morning. Chairman Felicia Holder and PRO Janice Leamon Cricky were on Synergy TV this morning. I was on radio on 104.7 at 11 o'clock. We're on the ground, on the road. We're working hard. You need to come and help us. You need to get on board physically. You need to join the party. You need to evangelize and spread the word. You need to take the information and tell people there are solutions. There is a way to fix it. It's not terminal. Our country could be rescued. We could out the fire. We could turn the Titanic around. We could rescue our sinking ship. This is the time. We will have no better opportunity. We probably will have no other opportunity. If you think that you want a better nation, vote yourself a better nation. The time is now, and the people we were waiting on is us. Let us do this together, one people under one flag. Until I see you again, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.